Hello everybody, welcome to Nintendo Expansion Pass here on Boss First Games. I'm your host and Enlightened Insider ADV. Joining me is the one, the only bossman himself, Mr. Corey Dirrig. Hello, good sir.
Hello. We did the thing. And so I know this episode isn't coming out from a couple weeks from when we're recording this, but I have to tell the story on this show in particular because it's part of Expansion Pass, and so is the direct recap show. Mm-hmm. So fun fact, last night, Wednesday night, on February the 8th, all right, I recorded 3 podcasts in a row and recorded for about 5 hours that day, including the direct recap show. Dude, about 5 minutes into the direct recap show, I don't remember anything we said on the direct recap show. And then I rewatched the direct today while I was at work, and I was like, I don't remember like half of this, and it was weird. So I had this really weird experience the last day and a half. Also because I also worked a couple long days at work because our events team is in Amsterdam, and a couple of the days I had to get up early to do some of the live stream stuff before I went to work, and it was just, boy, man, yesterday I got up at 5 a.m. and didn't go to bed till almost 2.
Oh wow.
And it was and then I got up at 6:30 today because that's how life works. So
because we were just talking yesterday night.
I don't remember any of that. After I'm telling you, about halfway through After Dark, I was starting to feel tired, because that's when I'm about to feel tired. Normally is about 2/3 of the way through After Dark, I'll start getting tired and ready for bed and whatever.
Yes.
And then just, dude, when we logged in to do the direct recap show, I half thought about deleting the video because I was listening to myself, and there were points where you were asking me questions and I was staring right at you, listening. And then there was literally a delay in the answer, and then I would forget what you asked.
Oh, well, I know the end part. When I said turn it back to you, Corey, and you just
yeah. Well, also we've been doing this so long now that I forget. When we do direct recap show, I usually host the direct recap show, but you host Expansion Pass and Pal Block for the last couple years now, right? So
yes.
I just forgot, plus I had everything set up for Expansion Pass in particular, and so I was just oh yeah, I'm supposed to say the outro, and I didn't cut anything, I just published it right away. And I was I was kind of watching some of the playback today. I was like, man, good thing this is not a patron's early access show or anything, because I would delete this video and make us re-record it. And I actually thought about asking you if we could re-record it tonight and I could re-upload it to have a better video.
I would have no problem.
I know, but it's also 11:15 on Thursday already, and I'm still trying to recover from the other night. So, I mean, depending on how long this episode is, which, by the way, we're debuting Charting the Course tonight. It's our and we're going over Nintendo's financial for last month, and then looking at the future month of game releases and kind of talking about them and what to expect and stuff. So, yes. But yeah, it was, dude, that episode of the direct recap show was one of my worst performances in a while. Probably, I mean, we're allowed to have bad days and performances, right? That's just, we do so much, and that's just how it's gonna go from now on. But man, it's just oh my gosh, I was wrecked yesterday.
Well, at the beginning, you really couldn't tell because we was hyped and energized and everything.
I know, but halfway through, dude, I'm telling you, literally 5 or 10 minutes into the show, I don't remember anything we talked about last night.
Oh wow! Because I know I was just going through the games, and yeah, I did ask you just any of these games interest you or anything.
Yeah, and then I felt myself trying to repeat because when I'm tired, I try to repeat the question in my head before I answer it.
Yeah,
and I felt myself halfway through repeating myself, and I didn't get through it because I just didn't.
Okay.
So, Anybody who listened to the direct recap show that day was,
So behind the scenes, everybody.
Oh, geez. Yeah, it was. I was a mess last night. I was fine. Like I was fine last night, and then, dude. I mean, look, 3 podcasts in one night is a lot, especially with how long our podcasts are
Yeah.
in general. But man, it was.
What a
Let's just
time.
let's just say I'm glad there's another expansion pass episode going up in a day or two to kind of erase that from the recent log of podcasts. Not
Yes.
my best performance, but it's fine.
Uh,
Anyways, how are you, Ed?
I'm doing
Also,
good. I
oh,
started editing one of
what?
the
Hold on.
ranking episodes.
Everybody write this down. Ed's editing a podcast.
I'm back to editing podcasts, let's say. I
Is it
was
gonna be
doing it.
better than 480p?
I'm
I'm just kidding. You have a better computer now, so I mean,
I'm hoping so.
so
Uh,
well,
it's just that
congratulations, Ed.
trying to minimize and maximize the box to get
Yeah.
in, get the picture in, because
Yeah, it hovers. I mean, depending on the show, it hovers between. There's a percentage. Like I use Final Cut Pro, which is a program that I paid for, and I know a lot of people on the team that edit video use DaVinci because it's free and it offers a lot of similar things that simple videos need, right? And so I used to use iMovie, which is also a free program, but that was a pain in the butt when you had
well,
wanted multiple feeds and stuff. And we were recording through OBS anyway instead of
yeah,
Zencaster, uh, which, by the way, thanks to everybody who has commented on the quality of the videos and stuff and the audio lately, because the change has made all the difference. It has made a world of difference, and I'm pleased that people are noticing. So thank you guys for the comments on that.
yes. Well, the editing software you use, it's just only for Apple, right? It's not for Windows
Yeah,
or anything.
nope. Final Cut's
Ah,
only for well, I don't know if it's for Windows. It's an Apple program, but Apple has been expanding outside of Apple products recently, not by much, but I mean, they put the Apple TV app on an Xbox, right? I mean, that's weird. And as somebody who grew up in the 80s and 90s, to see Microsoft and Apple on the same box is like weird. And the fact that
what's
you
it?
get three months of Apple TV free with Game Pass is like, oh, well, that's neat too.
What's the name of it, Corey? Again?
Final Cut Pro.
Final Cut Pro.
I mean, it's $350, so I wouldn't recommend buying it unless you're absolutely going to use it on a daily basis, like I do.
Uh-huh.
Whether it's for work or this, and yeah, I'm just
Yeah, it's only what is, let's see, 360 tools course for Final Cut Pro X.
yeah. I don't really know what the difference between Pro and X is. I think X is for like big movie studios, which
Mm-hmm.
you can do all the same things, right? It's not like there's a couple different features, like, and there's 4K and 8K output in that, whereas Final Cut Pro only produces 1080p video, unless you download a couple other things. But yeah, anyways, that's
Yeah, I'm downloading another video editing software. I'm going to get the stuff down.
Did
Uh,
you download DaVinci?
I did download DaVinci, and
Good
I'm
job,
not
Ed.
going. I'm not going to use it.
No, Ed, that's the wrong attitude.
It would be my yeah. I'm going to leave it at there. It'd be my last resort.
No, it should be your first option.
Shoot, DaVinci took me 7 hours to process stuff, and that's even before I got to YouTube. I'm like, oh, this is just a
Well,
mess.
you should use
I will,
DaVinci.
I will play around with it Saturday.
Reach out to Celeste or LeRon. They're pros at it.
I know, but I used DaVinci before. I
Then use it. Look, you have a better computer than the last time now. It's going to work better.
I don't feel like using it.
No, Ed, use it. It's the most comparable thing, and all of our videos need to look the same, Ed. This is the premium content y'all are paying for now. Is this argument between me and Ed, which is usually text messages, and then I'll ignore Ed because he makes me upset, and then I'll text him later because I forgot that we were fighting.
But I mean, like, what are we fighting about?
Use DaVinci. That's what we're fighting about.
You use DaVinci.
No, I'm using a better program. And DaVinci isn't as fully featured on Apple as it is on Windows, so yeah.
One day we're gonna have to just sit down and just have a discussion on editing or talking stuff. I know you got your guidelines and stuff and everything, but yes, everybody. So we're going to be talking about Nintendo's financials. This episode, I tried to look for that story you sent me, Corey, because the NPDs is still not out. They're still showing me December's.
All right. Well, I sent you. Where is this article? It was the Video Game Chronicles article on Tuesday. So here, I'll send it to you again right now.
Okay.
In our Twitter chat, because I sent it to your phone and that doesn't usually, work. So here it's coming to you now, Ed. Paste. Okay. If you want to be a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/bossrushmedia and find out which tier is right for you. Our Patreon producers at the $5 tier or higher for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dirrig, Francisco Santillan, and Rebecca Jewell. Thank you for your continued support.
So this one, where it says Nintendo Switch clears 122 million game. That one I have because I have it with Forbes and Nintendo.
Yeah, well, let's just talk about this because this is the most recent Nintendo financial thing. It doesn't necessarily have to be NPD. I just want to talk financial stuff and like kind of just let people know an idea of where Nintendo's at because, I mean, obviously the Switch is selling like hotcakes. I was not expecting it to clear 120 million by now, and it did.
I didn't even know that it beat PlayStation 4 and 3DS. Yeah. I was shocked.
Well, the 3DS only sold like 70 or 80 million units. Only, quote, in quotes.
Because the DS is the biggest in handheld, right?
Yeah, DS is the biggest right now. And then, obviously, the PlayStation 2 sold 8 gajillion units. So,
yes. Well, then let us get into it. Like Corey said, that Switch has sold is at 122.55 million units. And I gotta say, it may jump up a little bit further this month and next month because of that direct. We didn't see the Zelda Switch, so I think we still got some more. We might have a mini.
There's going to be a Zelda Direct.
That's what. Yeah.
There's no way they did it on Splatoon and Fire Emblem, and they're not going to do it on Zelda. Please, there's going to be a Zelda Direct, and that's where they're going to reveal. I think they're going to reveal the console, they're going to reveal the console. They're going to reveal. I think they're going to reveal that they're going to have reprints of the Amiibo, the 30th anniversary ones, and the Breath of the Wild ones specifically. And then I also think that there's going to be. I think there's going to be a Pro controller. I have a feeling there's going to be a Pro controller.
I'm down for a Pro controller.
I would love a Pro controller. I hope it's not that nasty green and yellow crap that that console that leaked. Which I think is the console. That thing is so ugly. I am like really hoping that it's not.
I understand they're trying to go for that color of that dragon that's eating, or that snake that's eating each other.
I get it, but like also it's ugly. That thing is ugly. I like the blue, like my favorite thing that they've put out are the blue Joy-Cons from Skyward Sword,
Oh yeah,
which
you
I need
know
to get
I
out and charge actually.
that light blue, that light neon blue, that's like in the Guardians. That like there's kind of a lot in the
Hmm.
Zelda games, in not
Yeah.
Zelda games. That's in Breath of the
Yeah.
Wild. I would kind of like something
It should have
like
been
that
the
kind
it
of
should
blue.
have been it should have been the it should be the Link's tunic blue and
Yeah,
either gold or white. That's the color it should be.
the I think the white would look perfect for it. Well, no, I think I would have to go with the gold because I
I
think
think
that
they would go
white,
gold because it's Zelda, right? I mean, and
right.
I mean that's
Well,
my
well,
opinion,
this is the
although I like
thing.
white better.
This is the thing. That blue with the white with some red. I mean, that's Wind Waker colors. That's like the blue and the white will hit Wind Waker's colors and
Yeah,
everything.
which is
So,
perfect.
but yeah, I think we'll probably. I'm assuming in April we'll get something.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think we'll get it either at the end of March or the beginning of April. Probably like a month out is my opinion. You know, I think that's a pretty standard. When did the Splatoon Direct come out? August? It was like the early
uh,
August, right?
yeah, I think it was like the third week of August. I think the second or third week of August
Yeah.
and everything.
So that's when I think we're gonna get it.
Well, Corey, you want to get into these financials?
Yes. Throw them at me, Ed. What are we
All right.
doing?
So, um,
Are
it's
we gonna do the games first, or are we gonna do the console first? Because
uh,
I think it would be really interesting to show where Switch stands against the other consoles too at
well,
122 million.
yeah, we could do consoles. That's fine.
Um,
Um,
okay, this we're figuring it out, everybody. So just stand by, I guess. That's how that
okay,
works, right? Please stand
yeah.
by.
So it's reported that Nintendo has now sold 122.55 million Switch consoles as of December 31st. That's up from 114 million. So they were able to get 8.55 million Switches. Um, but the company still lowered their sales target for the end of its current fiscal year. The figure means that Switch has now officially outsold the Game Boy, including Game Boy Color at 118.69 and PlayStation 4 at 117.2. So Game Boy still beat PlayStation.
Yeah,
Last year's
these are
Switch was
million. These are million,
oh
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Last year's Switch was already confirmed as the best-selling Nintendo home console of all time, beating Wii's 101.63. However, it still has a way to go before it matches Nintendo DS 154.02 million and PlayStation's 155 million. Um, so it's got a lot to go. So I know people have been wanting a Switch Pro or a Switch 2 or a Deluxe, but I think it's going to be the games that's going to be pushing it. When we was talking to Todd from Power Block, if you guys go check that episode out, we I said to him, I'm like, if they get more special editions out, I can see them selling more. If they keep reiterating something on the system and getting games out, that that's just going to sell and everything.
Yep.
Uh, so uh and its results for the first 9 months of the fiscal year 23, the Japanese company said its net sales were down 1.9% at 1,295 billion yen, which is $9.9 billion, and net profit was down 5.8% at 346.2 billion yen, 2.6 billion for it. But Switch has now reached 994 million games shipped since its launch in 2017, which is more than any other Nintendo console. DS is closest at 948.7 million games shipped.
So many
So
games. So
that
stupid. It's so many
is,
games.
oh dude. And this is the thing about it. I think it's going to, so it has been reported that PlayStation 5 has beaten Switch in a coming month, like this like last month, in a sense. I think about 2,000, 3,000, or something. So PlayStation 5 did like 55, and I think Nintendo did like 53 or 52 or something like that. Thousand. So we could kind of see sales of Nintendo Switch maybe slowly going down because now that PlayStation
Yeah.
5 is out, more available, and we don't know about Series X yet because Microsoft doesn't really report on their console sales. But for Nintendo, like, this system has been profitable for them and
Hmm.
everything. Um, and I think it's the only. I think one of the reasons for the decline in like the net profits and everything is that uh I think it's just some of the games that people chose to get and not to get and stuff. I think they made too high of a trajectory of what they would probably make, and now that the pandemic's over, uh, people are going out more, so they're not kind of stuck in the house and everything. But now I will say this doesn't include digital sales. This only includes physical numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I think Nintendo, I feel like physical, not physical, but digital, it's just like it feels like extra bank for Nintendo and companies. Uh when we hear like a million plus something in sales for their physical.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think a million sales is impressive anymore. I don't think it has been for probably like a decade. I
Hmm.
mean, I think you want to hit at least like 3 or 4. I think 5 is like we did amazing, right? I think that's kind of where you're at now. But I mean, regardless, you're looking at Nintendo's sales numbers in terms of, I mean, man, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, right? 52 million units.
That's
That's that's
half.
insane.
That's insane.
Plus, like, I mean, you add the Wii U numbers to that, which was like 8.5 million, I think.
Hmm.
So, like, you're talking about 60 million units of Mario Kart 8 in the wild at some point. Like, that's so stupid.
And you, I understand that it's on two systems, but most of the sales is still on one system.
Yeah, well, I mean, it sold. I mean, comparatively on Wii U, like it sold great. It had over a 50% attach rate,
Yeah,
right? But like, I mean, 52 million units is so stupid. But Mario Kart 8 is the best Mario Kart. It's like, and I'm not even like a Mario Kart series fan. I mean, we've had that argument before, right? Where like I just
yeah.
don't care about Mario Kart except for Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart DS are like the two Mario Karts I was really into. Um, so yeah, it's crazy, man. I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is probably the greatest racing game ever. I so that's just that's me.
Yes. Well, if did you want to jump into games since you started with Mario Kart 8,
Yeah, I
Corey?
mean, yeah, we can. I was just commenting on how stupid it was, how many games and consoles like the last thing I want to say before we do jump in the games though, right? Like
Hmm.
we kind of hit on the PS2 and the DS a little bit, but like I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility in 2 years for it to catch these consoles. I thought the Switch was done, I really did, but like with the Zelda console coming out and some pretty great games lined up this year. You get a Pokemon game out this year with a special edition console. I think if you put out a couple special edition consoles
Hmm.
and a couple more killer games, 30 33 million units is not, I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot, but it's not a
I thought
lot. Plus,
not
you
that
gotta
was
you gotta think about the continued sales after their next console comes out too for kids, right? Like, I'm
yes.
sure they'll have some kind of redesign like the DS and the 3DS, right? Where they'll have some sort of like kid friendly version, right? And I mean, I know the Switch Lite exists, but I think they're going to have an even more efficient handheld only version of the Switch that they'll sell for kids, and hopefully, like for a little bit at least, there's going to be games that are cross compatible and backwards compatible and all that, and forward compatible. So that's here's hoping, I guess.
Yeah,
But
and
yeah, I mean, 100. Let's see. Switch is at what do we say? 122.55
55.
million. So
Yeah,
I mean, 32.5 million units in 2 years, 3 years. It's only
and
10 million. That's only 10 million units a year, and their
and the
peak was
thing,
like what
uh,
25, I think, one year. So
yeah,
I mean,
and
they're
I
not gonna hit
think
that again, but
and and I think that people, if they still have their old system, they may upgrade to that OLED. You
yeah.
know, it, people who's looking for that special version of a game. I mean, not game, system. They'll also probably get that and
Hmm.
stuff because there's still people putting pictures up that they got a Nintendo OLED, and then there are people who are getting into video games who are finally finding them in Nintendo Switch and getting into that and stuff. I
Hmm.
think yes, I know with PlayStation 5 and Series X becoming more available is going to bring competition, but it's going to be about their games slowly rolling out because we don't fully know all of Sony's and Microsoft plans just yet. We're actually waiting throughout the year what they plan to have for the rest of this year and next year, where we just had the Nintendo Direct that we know what's coming
Hmm.
this year. Like I could see a Pikmin Switch OLED happening. I could see we talk about Breath of the Wild happening. But hey, we might, if we get that rumor Metroid from Mercury Steam, that could be one. If we get the another Mario or even a Luigi's Mansion, we still have time. If we get another Pokemon that looks like a really cool system, we could be getting some, and people will go out and get them and everything,
Hmm.
as much as they can and stuff. The Switch has that 3DS effect, like I talked about in the past, that special systems and how they look, people will go out and get it. And then
Hmm.
there's like third party stuff, you know,
Yeah.
like Capcom would be like, we want to bring out Monster Hunter Rise expansion, expansion or something like that, but we want to have our own dock and own Switch. Nintendo would be like, cool, let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's, now,
Yeah. It's this console, man.
yes. So number one was Mario Kart 8 Deluxe at 52 million, Animal Crossing New Horizon at 41.59 million, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate at 30.44 million, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild at 29, Pokemon Sword and Shield at 25.68, Super Mario Odyssey at 25.12, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet at 20.61. That's insane on
Yeah.
how that game. And I understand
In
it's
like
two
2 months.
versions. Yeah, that's insane to hit that number.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. I think
Uh,
man, I mean, technical difficulties doesn't stop people from buying the games they love, I guess.
hey, it happens to some of the other games and people loved them. And the patch happened, fixed it, and they was good to go.
Yeah.
Shoot, look at Rainbow Six Siege on how that thing was a mess when it came out, and then a few patches, and that made it better.
Yeah.
Um, Super Mario Party at 18.79, Ring Fit Adventure at 15.22, and Pokemon Let's Go at 15.07.
Yeah.
The company said the decline was partly due to fluctuations in foreign exchange markets and a 21.3% year on year decline in hardware sales compared to the same time last year, 14.91 million versus 18.95 million, which is said was mainly due to a shortage of semiconductors that impacted production until around late summer. Due to this decline, Nintendo had lowered its forecast for the second quarter in a row. It now expects to sell 18 million consoles by the end of March, it said, which is down from the 19 million predicted in the previous quarter and 21 million before that. It also lowered its forecast to its full year earnings.
Mm.
So, um, uh, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet sold a huge 20.61 million copies in the 6 weeks up to December 31st, 2022, while Splatoon 3 sold 10.13 million and Switch Sports sold 8.61 million.
So
So
ridiculous. It's so crazy. It's so dumb. There's so
it's
many games.
exactly, and and I I gotta say, for a system that people were expecting to fail because they feel like they had a weak launch lineup, like look from where it started at to where it's now in the last 6 years. Like
Yeah.
it may have some ups and downs from here and there, but like from indie, third, and first party, the library has stayed consistently strong, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I would argue that they could really use some third party help at some point
Hmm.
soon, but like I I agree that their library is pretty strong. Plus, like you look at Nintendo's output, right? And like they're not focusing on two consoles, and we've said this 100 times. They're
Hmm.
focusing on one. They're making smart partnerships to do second and third party relationships, right? With Bandai Namco and Platinum and uh all these other companies that I mean, Three Houses was essentially a second party title. Bayonetta is essentially a second party title, right? Like they're making smart partnerships that work for them. And
Hmm.
obviously Nintendo's put out probably more games for the system than they have in the last three systems combined, first party. It's ridiculous. I know that's a little
Right.
bit of an exaggeration, but not by much. I feel like if I actually sat down and did the math.
And it and it's good that you mentioned that, Corey, because like Kobe Tecmo has been a big success and help to Nintendo, and like a success to themselves. Because
Mhm.
I think we've been noticing more of their partnerships than they've been releasing their own games. Okay, yes, the Ninja Gaiden trilogy, whatever that is, wasn't all that cracked up to be, but I'm like, you can't deny that Age of Calamity or Fire Emblem Three Houses, um, or anything else Kobe Tecmo has helped out to make, weren't big successes, or at least were really good games because they work with Nintendo on them. And
Yeah.
so those games have kept that company afloat. Same thing with Platinum. Um, in like Mercury's thing with Metroid Prime, Metroid Dread, that's a great relationship from that they have. Them working with Way Forward, the that indie front for the Hyrule game, Arcadis of Hyrule, and then whoever they work with to make Good Job Brain, not Good Job Brain,
I think it's just called Good Job.
Good Job. Like that's like Nintendo has at least reached out to work with a lot of people, and it's kind of make those help those companies stay afloat, and it's been bringing great games to the console and everything.
Hmm.
You know, I think with the third party input, I think there's so much that those third parties are so focused on. I don't think they're focusing on Nintendo uh at this time, or they feel like they don't have a need to focus on Nintendo, because like Square Enix, they have focus on Nintendo, but it's still smaller in and new IP titles for them. So
Mhm.
they have their own lane with Nintendo, where like their big franchise like Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts, that's more bigger on Sony than anything else. And then it, uh, you know, but there's the what would it ZeniMax would have been a big help, but Microsoft scooped that up and everything. And
Yeah.
so if that hurt Nintendo, it didn't hurt them by much and stuff.
Yeah.
And like I said, like I don't think Sony, not Sony, I don't think Nintendo is worried about EA anymore because yeah, their sports games, well, Madden, that's a mess. But I'm like, if people are getting NBA 2K3 or 23 on Switch, shoot,
Yeah, dude, NBA 2K23. It's been on sale the last couple of weeks, and I'm like, I kind of want it, but like,
hmm
I know I'll play it for like 1 or 2 nights, and then I won't play it again. But it's still like, man,
and
I really want to play it.
and I think MLB 23 has been a very big success on Switch.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
yeah, it feels like it came and went, but it did something. So I think I
Well,
think okay.
obviously, stuff like NBA 2K is selling well enough for 2K to keep putting it out every year, right?
hmm
And it's not like the FIFA thing. Yeah, it's not getting like the Series X and PlayStation 5 features, but it's still keeping up with the Xbox One and PS4 versions, which is, I mean, for me, as long as it has like a franchise mode and I can just play basketball for an hour or so, I'm sure, you know, it's
Yeah,
good enough for me. I don't need I don't need the what do you call it? The shit, like there's like this sh- cruise ship now apparently that you can, like the My Neighborhood thing, but it's on a cruise ship now and you can be super cool and whatever. I don't know. I don't get it. Not my
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, and Nintendo didn't report on the subscription from NSO, but I still feel like that's going to jump because now we got 6 systems on that on Switch, and like if we see GameCube and Dreamcast or TurboGrafx jump on there, that's going to be a really big thing and everything. Heck, if I see 3D Duo on that, I'm gonna be like, wait, what is going on?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so. That's kind
Sorry,
of much. Okay.
I'm answering a message. I'm sorry. I'm trying to multitask here because I didn't do it yesterday and now I'm behind. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
No, you don't. You take a nap in the middle of the day and you're like, I just woke up from a nap. And I'm like,
Um, on my
I
off
took a nap
days,
last night from 1:30 to 4 o'clock. And
on
then
my
you thought I
off
was talking
days.
about the middle of the day. And I'm like, no,
No, I knew you had
I'm
fell
just,
asleep during the
I'm just
day.
messing with you. Just messing with
Ugh,
you. Anyways,
I'm so gullible.
yeah, it's fine.
But yeah, that's kind of much of Nintendo's financials. At this time, we'll see what will happen with January. We're waiting for the MPD. I know Sonic Frontier sold very well on Switch. Um, and really sold well, like all together and everything. So that's really good for them. Uh, I think it's going to be important for us to see how Level 5 does. And I think with Nintendo support, if Nintendo really supports Level 5, if they see better sales than what they were seeing back then, I think we'll start seeing more of their games come out. Now, will Level 5 touch Sony and Microsoft? I don't know. I really don't know.
I really don't know either.
You know,
So
uh, so Who
This is
knows
this
in
is
that
my
thing?
face. This is my face. Eh.
Um, and I know we didn't even touch on Warner Brothers. In their games, WB Games. Uh, I wonder because I know Hogwarts Legacy is the next game for Switch from them. But I wonder how well the Lego games been because those games kind of slowed down
Dude, those
in
games
the
are on
set.
sale every 5 seconds. Dude, I mean, like I scroll through and like they're anywhere between like $5 and $12 for like the ultimate editions of those
Hmm.
games. I'm like, what's going on here
But who do you think have more sales, the Lego games or Assassin's Creed?
on Switch
Oh, just any console
or overall?
overall. Because I'm gonna have to say I probably would have to go with Assassin's Creed. Like
I mean,
Ubisoft
I mean
always
the
have
last two,
Assassin's.
the last two Assassin's Creeds both sold over 20 million units. So man, which makes you wonder why they're in so much trouble right now. But that's a topic for another discussion. I don't know, man. I don't know, but let's move along, I guess.
Well, that's pretty much it, Corey.
Yeah,
Well,
this list.
we have
Huh,
um.
wait, before we move on, I want to make one more comment on this list. It is very, very telling about the audience of Nintendo in this thing. The only game that on here that I would say would be like not family oriented or family friendly or like something that like, oh, well, there's a new Mario game, my kid will play it, I'll buy it for him for birthday or Christmas or whatever, right?
Mhm.
Is Zelda. And I know it was a launch game and that it sold most of their copies probably in that first couple years, but like the fact that Zelda is up here hanging with party games and cozy games and Pokemon games, right? Like, man, I love Breath of the Wild so much, and I am really excited for Tears of the Kingdom. But that latest trailer made me kind of nervous for some reason, and I can't pinpoint it, but we'll talk about it later.
Well,
Anyways, move on. I just wanted to say that like I'm glad that Zelda is on this list with all these
well,
other
that
games.
and that's why when I feel like Switch is for everybody, because a lot of these sale numbers is not kids. These games are for everybody, and there's been more adults who are collectors buying these games. Yes, some of the kids got a hold of them, but they're not the reason why Mario Kart has 52 million or anything like that. And I can understand, yeah, if they're family friend, but I'm like, this is mostly adults playing a lot of this stuff
Hmm.
on it.
Yeah,
You know, like just I kind of would love to see how do kids react to a Nintendo Direct compared to how we react to a Nintendo Direct.
yeah, man.
So,
I
um,
need to I need to rewatch that direct when I'm like fully awake because like I'm telling you, I still don't remember like half the stuff that was announced. I've been a really terrible Nintendo fan lately, and it's just I don't know. I feel like so before we move on, like I've been kind of reorganizing the way that we run Boss Rush podcast stuff, right? Like across the board with all
mhm.
the spreadsheets and documents and show docs and like we've just kind of revamped the entire way we're running the operation on the podcast side. And it's been it's been really exhausting. But it's fine. I'm alive. I'm awake. Can you see the staples in my eyelids keeping them open?
Oh wow. Well, we're gonna get to the last portion of the show, everybody, and this is
Yeah.
more the Japanese charts. Uh so right now these are the top 10 games in Japan, and mostly the top 10 are from Nintendo themselves. Or on Switch. So Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is number one. Number two is Splatoon 3. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is number 3. I'm sorry. Splatoon 3 is number 2. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is number 3. Fire Emblem Engage is number 4. Story of Seasons: A Wonderful Life is number 5. Minecraft on Switch is number 6. Nintendo Switch Sports is number 7. Mario Party Superstars is number 8. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is number 9. And Momotaro Densetsu Showa Heisei Riwa Mo Taben is number 10. And that game is from Konami. Uh yeah, pretty much. And Story of Seasons is Marvelous. Marvelous, Konami, and Microsoft are the only third party. Everything else is all Nintendo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean
Um,
that's a pretty good lineup for March. I mean that's a lot of games for March, right?
yes,
Um, Obviously, like Bayonetta is their kind of March game. That Bayonetta game looks really interesting, by the way. Like the Cheshire stuff, and
hmm
I mean I know that it probably has a lot of stuff that plays into the story from one through three, right? And this is kind of like what it's the origin story, right? And it's
yes,
I don't really know the lore of Bayonetta, but I know that this is kind of the beginning. Obviously, it's his origin, so it's the beginning. But I think it's really interesting the different perspective and the different battle style, art style, combat. I wonder what Platinum Team developed this. I wonder if this was like their one of their B teams, or if this was one of their like. I wonder if this was some like it kind of reminds me a little bit of like Wonderful 101 in a way, in a weird
yes,
way. Um, and I'm wondering like what platinum we're gonna get with this game, because it's different than obviously like Astral Chain or Nier or Bayonetta, right? Like that's
hmm I think Nintendo had to dump some money, like really some money into this. I mean, they dumped money into Bayonetta 3, but also probably was just like, hey, Platinum, we would like to have another game, but something small.
yeah,
Because I don't think this is like contract related and stuff.
yeah,
I just think this is like Nintendo dumped some money into and be like, hey, you guys, we would like to have these small little games
yeah,
and everything.
yeah.
Uh, Going on with Japan's their hardware though is that PlayStation 5 is number 1, Switch OLED model is 2, PlayStation 5 Digital Edition is number 3, Xbox Series S is number 4, regular Switch is 5, Switch Lite is 6, PlayStation 4 is 7, Xbox Series X is 8, and new 2DS LL is 9.
Hmm,
Series X only had 367 sales.
yeah. Well,
New 2DS
shocking.
LL had 70.
Well, gotta sell out that stock, I guess. That's really interesting that they're still selling 3DS over there. It's got to be
Exactly.
it's got to be kids. It's got to be parents for their kids, right? Like that's got to be it, right? I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know. That's just me, I guess, but it's just weird. It's a little weird.
Or maybe it's also collectors too and
I,
stuff.
I guess, but what are you collecting? Like
Hey, probably whatever they could get off the eShop before it closed. You know.
yeah, I guess. I don't know. It just seems whatever. But I mean, obviously Xbox is still trying to get a foothold over there, and they just raised the price, so that's not going to do anything. Um, I don't know. I'm shocked that the PlayStation sold that well in Japan, although they have been getting some games that we haven't gotten yet. Like I know what the Like a Dragon Ishin is out on
Mhm.
PlayStation over there, and that
Yes.
game is a game that a lot of people are looking forward to. So I know it's already available there, but I think they got the PlayStation 5 version also, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Maybe I
Yeah,
am.
and I know people. I don't know who, if anyone's pre-ordered it yet. I mean, not pre-order it. Imported it or something.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, because I would love to see if anyone imported and played it yet on PlayStation 5. Um,
Yeah.
so
Well, it's out. It's out soon too, right? I think.
I think so. Yeah, because that's the new name, right? It's not Yakuza no more, right?
Nope, they're sticking with the Ishin name or the Like a Dragon name,
Okay.
and then they so it's Judgment is the kind of cop based detective brawler game now.
Mm-hmm.
Like a Dragon is the continuation of the original Yakuza series, but also a continuation of Yakuza Like a Dragon. But they're renaming the series Like a Dragon, and then the Like a Dragon Ishin series is like they're like spin-offs that feature the characters, but they're like the characters are actors and like the easiest way to do it is compare it to like an actor in a movie where like, oh, that's Brad Pitt, but Brad Pitt's playing a character. So you're taking the protagonists and the characters from the, 1 through 6 and you're putting them in like feudal Japan.
Yeah.
Is that what this is? This takes place? I don't know. I saw
Yeah.
samurai sword or a katana or something and that they were using. I know that samurai are not Japanese. I'm sorry. Uh, but you know what I mean? Like they're Wait, samurai are Japanese. Wow, I'm all over the place right now. It's fine. You know what I'm saying.
Yes. So, uh,
I am all over the place today. I don't know what's going on with me, but it's fine. I'm all right, everybody. Everything's
uh,
okay. Just
but yeah,
tired.
everybody, that is our financial report. Hopefully, we'll hear more when EPD comes out for January, and we'll be able to talk about the games that shows up on that list and how many spots did Nintendo take. Because we don't at this time we don't know where Fire Emblem Engage is at on the final MPD list. We know that it's so good, but we just don't know where it's at or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah. So I mean, if we got to do this, so this was kind of like our first foray into uh the charting the course, and we're gonna figure it out as we go. But we're gonna do one of these every month. We're gonna kind of break down Nintendo's sales, and then we're going to talk about a little bit about what's coming out in the future. Um, and we're going to kind of play it by ear. We wanted to do MPD originally, but it's not out yet, and with our schedules and everything, we had to record a little bit earlier than
Mm-hmm.
we maybe could have or wanted to. So we'll report on NPD when we get it, and yeah, that's yeah.
I really want to know how Metroid Prime's going to do physically.
Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people pre-ordered it, including me.
I
So,
did. I pre-ordered that, and I got the Zelda amiibo, the
I
Link
didn't get the
amiibo.
Zelda amiibo yet. I'm waiting for that Amazon pre-order, which will
Oh
be up
yeah, I did.
probably in like
Yeah,
3 days.
I did all mine at Best Buy. Um,
Yeah, I'm not going through Best Buy. I mean, I haven't had any problems lately in the last few times, but it's just
I
so.
think from they've just been more reliable than Target was.
Yeah,
I
well,
didn't have to go through.
Target's terrible. I would never pre-order anything through Target. I did. I pre-ordered Death's Door, and it took them 3 months to deliver it. So it came out in October. I could have had it. I could have had it same day on Amazon. Same day. And I was
Yeah,
like, no, I'll pre-order through Target because I can get that cool edition. And then it was like, nope.
I won't pre-order through Target, and I won't pre-order through Amazon.
Yeah.
I had
So,
too many problems with them. Uh, Best Buy, I'd rather just go there, get my points, put my $5 in for the certificate that they reward me with, and go about my business.
Yep.
And plus, I have like four Best Buys to choose from.
Right. Oh, man, it's fine. Whatever.
So, but that's gonna be it, everybody, for Nintendo Expansion Pass. I enjoy this. I like us reading the financials and
Yeah,
giving our
and
opinion thoughts on
I
it.
think it saves us some time on Power Block too, to cover the bigger stories too, like to just have
Yes.
like this own kind of side thing to talk about, really get deep into the sales numbers and stuff. And I think the next time, now that we kind of did it once, we'll get deeper the next time. But
Mm-hmm.
this was fun. We'll have
Yes.
to do it again sometime.
Once the MPD drops, we should. I was expecting it to drop this week at the time of this recording, but I think because it's still like the official first week of February, it's not
Yeah,
dropped yet. Because I kind of want to see how Dead Space did. I wonder if that took number one.
it
We shall
wouldn't
see.
shock me. It's either going to be Dead Space or or Call of Duty. Um, yeah, I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
What was the big games for April for Fire Emblem Engage, Dead
What
Space
for
for
January?
January?
I mean, those were the big games, I think.
Those two.
Um, let me see.
Because
Slash
Hogwarts
Hogwarts was this week.
was this week.
That's so good, man.
Uh,
Let's see. The big games for January. SpongeBob, the Cosmic Shake. GoldenEye released this week, January, and Hi-Fi Rush released
okay.
in January. Hi-Fi
Okay.
Rush was a monster surprise.
Yes.
Game's awesome. If you have an Xbox, go play Hi-Fi Rush. It's awesome. Or PC, I guess. But it's on Game Pass either way. So.
Okay. Yes. So yeah, because we still got some more. We got a lot for Nintendo. And Sony and Microsoft will come when they come
Mm-hmm.
and everything. So I know, like I said, I hopefully Sony has a state of play next week, because PSVR 2 should be dropping, I think, at the end of the month,
Maybe.
maybe. So we'll see how that goes. But that's gonna be it for everybody. That's gonna be it, everybody, for Nintendo Expansion Pass. I've been your host, ADV, and Corey Bossman himself has joined me
I'm here.
for this talk of what you call it, Corey, rating the charts or
Charting the course.
charting the course.
Like a
So,
boat.
yes.
I don't know anything
So with
about
that,
boats.
everybody, have a great week, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time on Nintendo Power Block Expansion Pass, I should say. I had to add that in because I'm just like, it's not Nintendo Power Block, but it's part of it. So we'll talk to you later, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Nintendo Expansion Pass is part of Nintendo Power Block and is a product of Boss Rush Media LLC. The show is recorded from our headquarters in Akron, Ohio, and is hosted by me, Edward Varnell. My co-host is Corey Dirrig. You can find Corey at I Am Corey in HD on Twitter and Instagram, as well as hosting the Boss Rush Podcast and Tower Casuals, the Destiny Podcast. Follow Expansion Pass as part of Nintendo Power Block and on all social media platforms at Power Block Podcast. You can also follow Boss Rush Media and Boss Rush Network on all major social media platforms. Join the Boss Rush Network Discord and Facebook groups to interact with other friends and fans. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.